This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/Spotify. That's greenlight.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. When you hydrate with Liquid IV, you're powered by Hydroscience. Hydroscience is Liquid IV's science-backed formula with an optimized ratio of electrolytes, vitamins, and nutrients. Experience great-tasting hydration for mental clarity, physical endurance, and overall well-being. Sip into something that up-levels every moment. Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Visit us at liquidiv.com.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
If you've ever felt like not getting out of bed or going to work or talking to anyone or eating, living, depression is real. Just give me some space. Stay in bed, covers over your head. I need the day. And thankfully, there are people who help put the spotlight on mental health awareness, like retired NHL goaltender Corey Hirsch. He finished his career with a 2.93 goals against, an 8.99 save percentage, played with the Stars, Capitals, Rangers, the Canucks. He's been a real advocate for years. His story is well known and one that you can read in his book called The Save of My Life, My Journey Out of the Dark. Maybe you can lean on your family, your friends to help, but maybe you can't, and you don't have that network. Truly, though, mental health starts with compassion. It comes down to you and I, being good people, empathizing. Corey Hirsch shares his own struggle again in his book, pushing for the destigmatization. His bravery to share has likely inspired others to do the same. So listen to this.
You know what? The book was interesting because I had a writer write it, and then I didn't think he really kind of got the essence of it. So then I rewrote it, a lot of the chapters, but he gave me the base of the book, right, which was great. Yeah. So then I ran in and I rewrote a lot of the chapters. And then I had a buddy of mine, the guy who wrote the Players Tribune article. He went in and he's a professional writer, right? He makes it come alive. So they did a fantastic job of that in the book. But as far as like writing it, like I still haven't read the book. I'll never read it. I'll never read the finished product. I have no interest in reading the finished product. I lived it, right? And it's behind me. And I'm proud of it, writing the book, and I'm proud that it helps other people, but there's no need for me to go back there. Right. I mean, I move forward, and a lot of that is a lot of my pain and a lot of my darkness, and and I'd rather look at the product today, and so I probably don't see myself ever reading it. I have no interest, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. And is that something that you'd like maybe write another book? Not necessarily about mental health awareness, but like, would you write another book, or is that like, that's not happening? Well, because I'll be honest, like, since I wrote the book, like, things have even changed even more, right? Like, so it's like it's a never ending battle, but it's there might be another book. I mean, I've gone to work with ayahuasca, I've gone to work with plant medicine, psilocybin, all those things that and they're quite powerful. Plant medicine is something that I'm interested in. I still believe in the traditional route too. I believe there's a place for both. Mm-hmm. But there's other natural options that I think can help too, that are like a lot of guys, military PTSD, are saying, psilocybin's been life-saving for them. Like microdosing, or like like you can just go, like you do the ceremony, all that. But I for anybody out there listening, I'm not promoting or recommending anybody do that. Like, you got to be very careful of where you go. And it's not a cure. It's just another method of help. And it's, there's lots of different routes out there. So, like I say, the biggest thing is for something like that, it's a personal journey. and you got to really know what you're doing and where you're going. But it's helped some people. Traditional route has helped a lot of people. So both have a place in my world.
Listen to This on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Visit them on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies.
The Old West is an iconic period of American history and full of legendary figures whose names still resonate today, like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Butch and Sundance, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Bass Reeves, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, the Texas Rangers, and many more. Hear all their stories on the Legends of the Old West podcast. We'll take you to Tombstone, Deadwood, and Dodge City, to the plains, mountains, and deserts for battles between the U.S. Army and Native American warriors, to dark corners for the disaster of the Donner Party, and shining summits for achievements like the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll go back to the earliest days of explorers and mountain men, and head up through notorious Pinkerton agents and gunmen like Tom Horn. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. I'm Chris Wimmer. Find Legends of the Old West wherever you're listening now.
It's ticklish business any way you look at it. Come on, we'll stick together.
Love movies? Love classic movies? So do we. Ticklish Business is the podcast where classic film is discussed in modern times. Hosted by me, film journalist Kristen Lopez, and my co-host, author Emily Edwards, we dive into the golden age of cinema with fun, heart, and serious expertise. As published film historians and lifelong classic movie buffs, we bring insider insights, deep research, and lively debates with a variety of special guests, ranging from celebrities like Holly Madison to TCM luminaries Dave Karger and Eddie Muller, and even family members of old Hollywood legends. Subscribe now to Ticklish Business on your favorite podcast app, and let's talk about old Hollywood today.
Does music really have the power to heal? How can you instantly be more persuasive? What would the world be like if there were no bugs? These are the kind of topics we explore in every episode of my podcast called Something You Should Know. My name is Mike Carruthers, and what we do on Something You Should Know is we find leading experts and curate topics that will impact your life, satisfy your curiosity, or simply fascinate you, maybe all of the above. Out of all the millions of podcasts in the universe, Something You Should Know is usually ranked in the top 200 of all podcasts on Apple. A lot of people like Something You Should Know, and I'm willing to bet you will too. We deliver 3 episodes a week and have a catalog of over 1,000 shows for you to listen to. Give a listen to Something You Should Know, wherever you get your podcasts.